All right, what's up, wild ones? So my cousin and I just finished a hike, and it was supposed to be a moderate hike. It was not. It was not a fucking moderate hike at all. It was pretty freaking challenging. And we only got lost once. Go us. And the reason we got lost really goes back to exactly what I've been talking about. God, I'm like so in your face. Okay, let's back this up. The reason is just what I've been talking about. So if you haven't been following the series from this week, then go check out like the last few days. We're talking about distraction and how we need to be able to suspend our disbelief on the things that we really, really desire in order to have them. And our distractions are a reflection of our current disbelief that we can actually have what we want. And when we're in that state of disbelief, we get distracted, okay? So what happened when we got lost here was we were tired. We are really, really tired because this was pretty challenging. Like, we are super high up. I'm going to show you the mountains. Like, we are really high up. We're at about 10,000 feet elevation right now. Whoa, and I almost tripped. And so complete tangent, right? You guys know that I talk about, like, you can be sensual and you can be alive and you can be creative and you can be all the things, and you can also be clumsy as fuck, like me, right? So you don't have to be just one thing in order to be who you want to be, and in order to really create the brand that you want. I'm hearing this a lot from people where they're really confused on what they want to share, right? And they think they have to be only one thing. So let that little trip from the chick who always talks about amazing sex alchemy and sex magic and soul medicine and all that good stuff, let that be like, oh yeah, I can also be goofy and clumsy and all that kind of stuff too. All right, so back to the getting lost. What happened was we were really tired, and we took our eyes off the prize, so to speak, because what happens when you're walking a path and you're following your path and you're all excited and you got your mojo and you're all in it, right? The passion is there, the excitement, you start on the journey, you got all the energy, everything is going amazing, you're turned on, you're tuned in, it's great, right? And then a few miles in, a few months in, a few years in, whatever it is, you're really freaking tired, and maybe things aren't going the exact way you think they're gonna go, and you get distracted. You take your eye off the prize, and what happens is you go down what Stephen Pressfield would call a shadow path. If you have been with me a while, then you know I'm freaking obsessed with Stephen Pressfield. God, look at that view, right? Dude, you know I'm obsessed with him, and if you've read his stuff, then you know why. So, and these trees, God, these are dead trees, right? Among living trees. So living trees, dead trees all together. It's freaking gorgeous up here. So the shadow path is when we're on a path that looks like the path we're supposed to be on. It looks like the same path that we started out on. It looks like, and we're going uphill again, it looks like something that is going to take you to your destination, except it's not. Because the reason you're on this shadow path is because you've allowed yourself to get distracted. We got distracted because we were tired. And it kind of felt like, what the fuck? We're never going to get to the goal. And the goal was this rain tree. It's called the rain tree. And it's the 8th oldest living tree in the world. 3,000 years old. You'll see some photos of it. Hawks. Gorgeous, man. So gorgeous. And we're feeling like, holy shit, is it ever gonna end? And we got distracted. And we went down a shadow path. And it looked kind of like the path because we're in a forest and we're on path. If you can look at the path, right? That's the path. It doesn't really, it's not paved, right? It's not like there are signs, and I'm going down a steep part, so I'm not gonna look at you for a bit. But it looks like freaking rocks and dirt, and that's the path. And then the shadow path we took also looked like rocks and dirt. And so I want you to, and then we were lost and we realized like, oh shit, this is not the path you have been looking for. And so we doubled back. And then we've met some guides along our path. And I don't mean real guides, I just mean really dope people who had just come from the rain tree and they were on their way back. And they were like, okay, it's, X amount here. It's this many switchbacks. You got this long. It's so worth it. You guys can do it. You're almost there. You got this long. And it was like rejuvenation. So this is why when you're feeling lost and you're going down that shadow path and you've lost the magic, you've lost your mojo, you've lost that turn on, you've lost the intuitive sense of direction. One, get some guides, right? Get some freaking guides. Two, and if you know that you want this sex magic and you want this turn on and you want to create a brand that you can scale into a freaking global movement of change, like you know it in your fucking marrow, you know it, and you've been waiting because you think everything else needs to happen first, then this is your sign. This is your wake-up call. Like, let's get it, okay? So DM me on Insta. Shoot me a comment below. Whatever it is, but like, let's fucking make something happen for you in your life. If you know that I'm the guide for you, then let's do it. So one is guides. Two, nature and pausing. So I've been doing a lot of card pulls from my shamanic oracle deck. Alberto Viodo, really good deck. And I keep getting Vision Quest. And it's like, just get out in nature. And so often when we live in cities, we're like, I can't get out in nature. Oh my God, I'm me. Or I run. So I'm like, oh, well, I went out for my run. So that counts as me getting in nature, right? Yes, and. Yes, and. When your soul is like, okay, I'm in the quicksand. I'm in the muck. I've lost that juice, right? I've lost the yummy, the nectar, and I can't really find my way, and I can't tell what's ego and resistance and what's intuitive knowing, and I'm feeling stuck. Then it's time to pause and get back out into nature. And all we had to do when we were lost, when we were on the shadow path, was stop. We just stopped, right? We didn't keep going. We didn't sit there and say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, someone come and save me, oh my God. We looked at where we were. We said, okay, this ain't where we need to be. And then we went back. That was it. There was no drama. There was no trauma. It was simply a pause, a reflection, a remembrance. Okay, so where were we? And then go back to the part where we knew we were on the path. And then as soon as we were back there, we started seeing guides who were like, oh yeah, this is the way, go this way, this is it. You guys got it, blah, blah, blah. So if you're feeling like you're at that crossroads and you can't tell resistance from intuition, then get out in nature, get your guide, and do your pause. Do your pause, all right? So I think that's it. We're about to enter into this amazing Lionsgate portal with the new moon. So you guys have a lot of space to step into something that you've been really longing for and haven't been believing in. So allow this new moon, the dark moon, to bring in that space of dropping into stillness and into that pause, preferably getting out into nature in some way, and just change up exactly what you've been doing that you know is not working and choose something different. If I'm not the mentor for you, then go find the fucking mentor that is, because I can't do this without mentors. And, well, that's not true. You can do it without mentors. It just takes a really long time. So maybe your mentors right now are books, right? Like, I don't have a writing coach. I have a storytelling, like, copywriting, marketing coach, right? Mentor, who's also a really close friend now. But I don't have a writing coach. So Stephen Pressfield is that for me. And then I also have like masterclass where I'm studying from all of the greats, right? Like I'm studying comedy, I'm studying filmmaking like Werner Herzog, I'm studying all these kind of things for storytelling. I don't know them per se, right? But I get to study with them. So if that's what you're looking for right now, then go find that, because having a guide along the path makes everything so much easier. I want you to think of whatever it is, like Frodo, right? Frodo would have had a really hard time if he didn't have Gandalf, if he didn't have Strider, if he didn't have Sam, like if he didn't have all kinds of different guides. Lord of the Rings would have been a whole different story, right? If it was just Frodo walking around, we would have all been really annoyed with Frodo, I'm pretty sure. By the end of like scene 1, we'd be like, and no, we're done. So go find your guide, figure out who it is for you. If it's me, DM me on Insta, and let's have a conversation. If it's someone else, then if you've been waiting to reach out to them, then do it. Like that's pretty much it. Just do it. Like I know that there's going to be fear, especially if it's a big stretch. Your mentor should probably freak you out a little bit, and I mean that in the best way. The only mentors I have are mentors that freak me out. If I feel like super, like, oh, this is such a calm, easy decision. Like I'm not going to have to stretch at all. This is going to be great. They're just going to give me all yummy, good feels. Then there's absolutely no point in hiring them as a mentor, right? Because you can do that on your own. And just so you know, if I am the mentor for you, I will light a fire under your gorgeous ass, and you will start getting shit done in your life, in your art, right? In your creative expression. Your sex life is going to be like, I just heard from one of my clients that they are having, her and her partner having the best sex and intimacy that they've had since they first met. So this is the kind of work that we can do. Like if you've lost that fire, and you lost that fire creatively, with your love life, with your God connection, with your soul connection, then in your connection to your body, that's a huge one. Then let me know and let's talk about it. But I am not the feel good, hold your hand kind of a mentor. I love you. I will love you to pieces, but I will also call you on your shit. And I will hold the sovereign space and sacred space for you to step into the highest level of full-on soul, body, mind integration that you have ever known. So if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, then I might be the kind of goddess that you're looking for, and hit me up. Also, go grab the free shit in the description. I love you guys. God, I love you guys so much. That's it. Thank you for listening to mountain ramblings today. Like I usually, the only time you see me like out is like jungle, so now you get to see me out in the mountains. I love you to pieces. You guys are freaking amazing. Comment below and let me know how the series was for you. I'll do another series next week. If you have anything specific that you guys want me to speak to and speak through, then let me know in the comments. And that's it. Yeah. I love you guys. Thanks so much. Make sure you hit that little subscribe button, turn on the notification, hit that bell, bing, and I will see you guys next week. I might go live over on Facebook this weekend, so I don't know. I've got family in town, so I totally probably just lied, but if I create some space around it, I will go live. I've been getting some really awesome questions around creativity and intimacy, and that fire, that fire, and how do we keep doing stuff when it hasn't been working, and how do we maintain that fire when we're feeling disconnected from our body and disconnected from source. So I'll either hop on with that live this weekend or next week. So make sure you're over on Facebook. That's it, because now I'm starting to ramble. I love you guys. Peace out, homies. Bye.